Hello, today we're going to talk about pizza, how to make it, and also the history of it. According to the Food Network, the average American will eat 6,000 slices of pizza in their lifetime. Personally, I believe I eat more than that, just because my family does own a pizza shop and it's just more convenient for me. Even if you yourself don't like pizza, I'm sure you know someone who does. How else would you explain the 6,000 slices consumed per person in the United States? A little bit of background about me. My family has owned an Italian restaurant for 24 years, and it's something I've grown up around. And I definitely can say I know a thing or two about pizza. During my speech, I'm going to give you a brief history of pizza, the different types of pizza, and finally how to make the pizza. Let's start with the brief history of pizza and how it came about. It began with the baking of bread about 2,000 years ago, and it was also known for some reason the food of the poor, which, according to Wikipedia, the Roman soldiers adding cheese and Olive Garden to something called matzah, which is kind of, I guess, a type of dough. Some pizzerias still in Naples still go by tradition on how they make their pizzas. For example, some pizzerias only use tomatoes from Mount Vesuvius, which is a very old volcano that's still active there, and drizzle olive oil and tomato toppings only in a clockwise direction. For some reason, these traditions, I believe, will never fade away. There are still places in Italy that keep these traditions alive. Many Italians consider there to be two true types of pizzas, margherita and marinara. However, in the United States, as we know, there are many variations in pizzas. There are different toppings and such. For different types of pizzas, there are margherita pizzas, features tomato slice, mozzarella, basil, and olive oil. The marinara pizza features tomato, garlic, oregano, and also olive oil. For these traditional Italian pizzas, but in the United States we have more variations. Not only the different types of pizzas, there are different ways of baking pizza. Different shapes, they also come in. The main way of baking pizza are either wood stove or a gas stove. All this really does to it is give it a very different flavor. Wood gives it a more of a smoky feel, and gas gives it, I guess, the way you would get pizza nowadays, that same texture, same taste. There are different types and styles of pizza, such as the California pizza, the Chicago deep dish pizza, Chicago thin crust pizza, Detroit style pizza, New England Greek pizza, and many, many more. As you can see, a lot of different styles where they originated from include a different type of spin-off on the original Italian pizza. My family restaurant specializes in the New York crust thin pizza. And this is the type of pizza I'm going to tell you how to make. First thing, you want to start out with the dough. You mix together oil, water, yeast, and flour in different proportions to create the dough. The perfect dough is very key. You roll the dough into smaller pieces, make sure there's no air pockets inside them. That's a big part of it, or so you have a huge pile of mess. You then roll out the dough in smaller pieces for individual pizzas. Next, you let the dough rise overnight, and when it's ready, you start to stretch it out. You start flattening the dough and stretching it to the appropriate size. You want to make sure it's a perfect circle, or the type of pizza you're trying to make. When you spread the sauce, you have to spread it in a very thin manner. Too much can make it too soggy. Too little can make it just dried up. So you want to add a little bit of oil, oregano, and we also put Parmesan cheese on our pizza. Next, you add the cheese in a thin layer over top the sauce. Once the cheese is on top, whatever toppings you prefer. all the toppings of each you can put together. Then you need to put the pizza in the oven, and typically it's upwards of 500 to 600 degrees. And the reason why it's so hot is A, you want it to cook fast enough so it doesn't get soggy. And B, nowadays they don't want to wait for their food. They want to get it as fast as they can. So that's another reason. Once you put the pizza in the oven, you have to make sure you have to spin it periodically. You have to double check. You don't want one side getting way too cooked, the other side being still uncooked. Once a pizza is completely cooked, you take it out of the oven and cut it in as many slices as you want, typically 6 or 12. So, as you can see, pizzas has a vast history and something that most everyone enjoys. In my speech, I told you the history of pizza, the different types of pizza, where it originated from, a little bit of the history, and how to make it. I hope you learned something about pizza today, and I hope you remember this next time you step foot in an authentic Italian restaurant, or even Pizza Hut. They have a little bit of a spin-off, but pizza nonetheless. You never know. You might find yourself even traveling to Italy one day and trying true authentic Italian pizza. Hope you think of me. Thank you for listening and take care.